My name is Arun Pannalal, and I was an activist, and I was fighting against all sorts of persecution, especially for the Christian religion in India. And I got motivated in when Graham Staine's children were burnt alive. That was the turning point in my life. From where I slowed down my business activities. I'm a manufacturer in steel. So I slowed down my manufacturing activities and got down to this to give a proper space and a proper cover of law to the people who had done this type of things. So that is the time from when I have picked up this crusade. And it's a long journey now, and we have crossed a beautiful miles in this long journey over here. And my extraordinary efforts and our results, what we got, our achievements, what we got, was this that religious conversion bill was introduced in Chhattisgarh, and purely on the might of the Constitution of India, we were able to block it, and Chhattisgarh remains the only state in India which does not have an anti-conversion bill in force over here. Anyway, and that was not the main intention of talking about myself. The main thing is that this was just a little background. From there, we have never seen back, and then we formed an activist organization known as Chhattisgarh Christian Forum that fought a sustained battle. We went to the United Nations, we presented many papers over there, and our paper was also accepted in the US Senate, and also to the British High Commissioner. They paid a visit to my house. The High Commissioner of the USA, they also came to our place. They collected a lot of evidences and of the persecution which was being done in Chhattisgarh. So these were the result what we got. Yes, we did get some advisories to the Honorable Prime Minister from other countries. But then ultimately, I have seen that all these efforts of ours yielding no tangible fruits. The biggest problem is that the activism in foreign countries, I mean on the foreign platforms, of human rights or religious freedoms or whatever they are, by the time they come out with some sort of an effort, they come down with some sort of an say advisory or something. By that time, already several people have lost their lives. This is the stark truth. So then we decided, no, this has to be fought on the ground, and it has to be a battle which we have to fight it ourselves. So we organized, trained our people, and made them aware of all the legal provisions. We told them what the Constitution is. And told them that this is your second Bible by which you can be saved. And so how they got started precipitating. The people started understanding what the provisions they have got within the law. So that was one of the things what we were able to do. And then secondly, they are very poor people for whom we stand up, and they don't even have a proper square meals what you and me understand it to be. And so these are the people for whom we stood up. So, and hiring a lawyer, giving them legal help, all this is a far off dream for such people. They're just kicked out of from the courts. Nobody listens. The lawyers fleece them. So this is where we stepped in, and we have tried to give them the maximum possible legal help, whatever we could. Now, in spite of doing all these things, we have observed that the governments are totally against our particular religion. And let me be very clear, against the Christian religion and the Muslim religion in India. These are the two religions which are facing the flack. Now, the question is, how can just two religions be segregated? How can they be about we get no opportunity to defend ourselves? We don't. The law does not work for us, but it works for others. These are the problems, and these problems, I mean, international organizations, institutions, they have been raising up, but we are not getting some tangible results out of that. We are not getting much relief. The people on the ground, they continue to be suffered. Their bodies are exhumed, thrown on the streets. Their houses are looted. Their fields are just harvested forcibly and sold. And then we have got nobody to hear or listen. The government won't listen. The courts won't listen. The police won't listen. The politicians won't listen. So these were the things what we have been facing. And then we thought upon, okay, now something has to be done to save these people. So what could it possibly be? So here we came in that after a lot of brainstorming, we started analyzing the political scenario in our country, and we go back right to 1950s. From 1950s, we saw that presidential order came in, which was biased based upon religion, while the constitution says that no law based upon religion can be passed. Over there, the reservation to Muslims and Christians was denied. And then if you keep on cascading down the history, we see, in short, I'll just tell you, though it's a long story, but all the anti-conversion bills were brought in by the Congress party. All the first attack on our institution was in 1956 and 1962, and that was all, and when the Congress party's regime was in force. So now this set us thinking, now we are running after one particular party and just having a lot of distance, creating a lot of distance from the right-wing party without trying to understand them or find ways how to protect ourselves on the onslaught. So this triggered us that now money, no more we can trade with them. Any political party is flush with funds, and especially if I talk of the Bharatiya Janata Party, you cannot go and talk to them and see. Many institutions had been doing that. Okay, yes, we offer this money, we offer that money, and so please spare us. Ultimately, they offered the money and nobody got spared. So this set us thinking. Now, only bargaining point what we have got is our uniting and voting independently. So we formed a political party. That's Sarv Adi Dal. So this works for the Adivasi parties, and it's a political party. This was the first time that we fought an assembly election with only 11 candidates in 90 seats. We didn't have any funds, we didn't have anything. But then this has certainly brought in some desired results. Now both the parties have started talking to us. That was a very big breakthrough what we received. And the biggest approach what I have seen, the difference what we have been able to cause, if you closely study, I'll be sending you all those videos, Aslin, whoever asks for it, that the Chief Minister of our state, respected Vishnu Dev Sayaji, he clearly came out with a statement on just after getting elected, that the religious conversions do take place in our state, and that is because we have not been able to uplift the poor tribals of our community, of our state, the citizens of our state. That was a very big breakthrough for us. Then he said that I will assure that all the upliftment and all the social facilities which should go to our community will certainly be ensured. And thus, I will try to stop the religious conversion in our state. I think it was a very welcome statement, because I mean, making false allegations, just going into our churches, going and beatings and killing people and killing pastors, and I mean, that's not the way. This is not how egalitarian society works. If there is any fault finding, yes, let there be a dialogue. If there is some mistake from this side or that side, let there be a dialogue. Then most encouraging part for us in this, that the Chief Justice of India, he sang Christian carols. That sent a very strong message throughout the country that Christians are also your brothers. So this was the how, and then recently I have also come across, I have not been able to diagnose the complete statement or that of our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji. He has given a statement and he has heaped praises upon praises upon the Christian community's sacrifices and work what they have done to build for building up the nation, and even wars he has mentioned. And I feel that this is the first time that the right-wing party, they have tried to give us the due honor to a particular community which has been disparaged right from the beginning. These were the differences what we have seen. Maybe I'm being over ambitious, but then a certain beginning has been done. Politics we had been running away from it, but I think this political approach that is showing us some thin rays of hope, which we hope to build up in the future. Now, my friends, what I request from you people is that I want an intellectual output. I want an analysis of this particular step what we are taking. How far it is good? Will it yield results? What could be the possible pitfalls? Where can we falter and step back or on our achievements or on goals which we ultimately want to achieve? Now, let me clarify here that the political party which we have formed is left of center. Our ideology, I'll send you my previous episodes as well on this channel. So our ideology leans to the left of the center in simple terms, which means that we stand for human rights violation. We want to protect all humanity against any sort of violation, while we also declare that we don't believe in violence. All our steps will be taken in a lawful method and within the framework of the law and the international law and the International Human Rights Declaration. These are the things what we are trying to work out, and we want to be a political pressure group. We don't have any ambitions of becoming the chief minister, the prime minister or minister, but we want to be a political pressure group which can apply sufficient pressure upon any government which comes into force, so that human right violations are not done, religious freedom is maintained, and this holds good for each and every community and society. It may be Sahus, it may be Satnamis, it may be OBCs, it may be the scheduled tribes, scheduled castes, or any downtrodden, Dalits, anybody. We encompass all those people. And at the moment, we are very vocal about Christian community and Muslim community just because lot of atrocities are being heaped upon these two communities. So these are the things, and this is the way of acceptance. Now, coming down to the groundwork, what I expect from the communities abroad is this, that those people should address, everybody has got a connection in India. A lot of people are living there, and they have to encourage the people. Now, let me also talk something about the churches, worldwide churches also, and what are the pitfalls we are facing through a church or in India over here is this, that all the organized churches, I just received a recent call from Australia, and they were telling me, now you should be approaching the Church of North India. I have incidentally belong to the same church. And then they said that we should approach the Pope or the Vatican. So I just very bluntly told those people, I honor your suggestions, but let me also tell you in the same breath is this, that these are organized churches. They are not facing persecution anymore. The brunt of the persecution is not faced by these churches. Obviously, they won't be much involved in these cases. That was one thing. Then what we have got over here is independent churches, especially Pentecostal churches, firebrand activists, firebrand religious leaders, they go around. They have got the full right to preach them in whatever manner they want, and they have got no legal umbrella. So these are the groups which we want to bring in our umbrella. We want to have a dialogue with them. We want to talk to them and unite them, so that our strength, the voting power increases, and thus we can act as a pressure group for any party that comes into power. Now we have stopped being bhakts or worshipping the Congress party, or we don't lean to the BJP party. Enough of all these dramas over here. We have to stand upon our own feet. I know that we won't be able to win seats, or we may not be able to go to the assembly or to the Lok Sabha or to the parliament. All these things I understand very well. But our pressure is sufficient to make these other people talk. This is what I have experienced in these few days. This is hardly just 3-4 weeks what we have been able to form this party. And I need a lot of input, lot of intellectual input. Even if it is a healthy criticism, I would welcome it. But at the same time, I welcome that people also give me some ideas, give me a direction. It's a very big task which we have taken up, and we hope and expect and pray that yes, people living abroad, they will be able to help us out in this particular endeavor. And then the people who have got relatives, who have got friends in India, they should communicate my opinion to those people. I'm not able to communicate, say, to Kerala because language is a problem. I'm not able to communicate to Maharashtra. There are many other issues. So people over there, if you approach those people and then explain our ideology, explain my views, so we can bring in a new path can be broken. This is all I have to say, and I expect and hope a lot of interaction with you people. And let's see. I always am an optimist. Let us see that the future holds something good for us. That's all I have to say.